Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going back in the past all the way to 2001 for a story time. I see your comments, you like my story times. So I want to make sure I give you a story time that's nice and juicy. You know, sometimes when you read about me, you'll see where some of the blogs say that I'm a model. Listen, that kills me. Anyway, I want to tell you where they got this from. So sometimes, you know, when people write about, oh, Sean Paul's wife this, Sean Paul's wife that, the model, the mom, the whatever, I'm like, model, 5'4" me, okay, 5'3", shh. It's like 5'4" me, model, oh, okay, smiles. So spoken about Denmark, right? Anyway, I come home from Denmark in 2000, I leave again, so I come home in the summer. And you know, I got a little restless and I was like, no, I want to travel again. So when you're on a picnic, you must travel. Take up your passport and travel. I went to go and live in Cuba for a month. And that was in October of 2000. All of this going on. I'm like, Lord, you know, what am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with myself? And I was like, you know what? I'm now, you know, on the scene in Jamaica. And I'd like to say at that time, I was an influencer. I was always on page 2. I was always, you know, we had, not blogs, we had like write-ups back then. Was it Jamaica Top 5? There was another one. It was a naughty one. You know, used to write some things about me, but anyway, they used to speak about me. So I was a socialite, or I am a socialite back then, way back then in the 2000s. Just letting y'all know who was here first, okay? Shani McGraham, the video girl, yeah, and then there was me. Anyway, so I decided to take up my little self now, and I was going to model. So I'm not sure if they still have it now, but Pulse puts on a model search, and they have international, they have male, and they also have petite model. So in this petite category, everybody who's 5'6" and under, they can enter, and you would win a contract with Pulse and certain other little things. So I don't know how I found out about it, but I said, you know what? I'm going to enter. I'm going to enter. I'm not doing. This is great. I can model. So anyway, it was, I think you go, what is it? Twice a week or whatever. You go down to Pulse, and it was quite a few of us. And they narrowed it down to how many entrants here? I'm looking at my drop a like. If you are Jamaican and you had one of these exact scrapbooks, please drop a like. Drop a like. Your girl still has hers. So I have my scrapbook from the petite contest days. We went through like, you know, everybody go to Pulse, and they did like a initial, not casting, like to narrow it down. So I believe 20 or 30 girls. Those 20 girls now would go, and in the evenings we'd be shown how to walk. And we have some really cuties here, little petite girls, where Ramee Gordon, she would come in and she would show us how to walk, you know, tell us what the competition would be about, the night on stage where, you know, you'd have international model, male model, and then you have petite model, what to expect, show us, you know, put us in places, because of course they're going to sell tickets for the final show where we go and find out who is the winner. We were in the Gleaner, we were in the Observer, all the contestants, and there were a few girls that I had known from before that were there. So it was kind of cool because, you know, you get to, you know, stay in touch with your friends and kiki kaka in the evening. And then locks. Oh my gosh, I remember some of these faces from high school. So we'd go in the evenings and the girls would chat, and, you know, we'd be like, oh, what we're gonna wear and what we're gonna do. And then for the final show now, you'd have local designers and we would model their pieces. So closer to the time now was a photo shoot, because in the newspaper they would put out who the finalists were. I'll drop in the pictures who the finalists were, so you can see a friend, or if you want to go to the show and support. I wore the sash, Miss Bearings and Seals. I remember my friend said to me, you know, they're like, you know, you need to find a sponsor, and I was like, you know, at the time too, I just come home from Denmark. Well, not just, but I was home from Denmark, and I was a little more plumper than the other girls, or a little more plumper than a model-esque person should look. The other girls were being taken up by sponsors, and I kind of had to go out there and find my sponsor. This should have been my first cue. That's, you know. Anyway, I went to Bearings and Seals and I said, hey, there's this competition, blah, 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 blah. Would you be willing to sponsor me? And they said, yes, of course. I mean, I didn't know what a bearing and a seal was at that time. And I was like, well, whatever. May I wear the bearing and may I wear the seal? Photo day comes, and I remember they were saying to us, you know, wear your swimsuit, and you know, you're just gonna pose, you're gonna be in newspaper. So this was, I think, one of my first like photo shoots. And you know, I'm smizing and cheesing, and at the time my hair was blonde. When I say blonde, like blonde, like bleach blonde. The ends were so frazzled. I mean, I don't know how I didn't realize that toner, there's something called toner. That no, I look at girls with this blonde hair that they keep pulling the bleach through, and I want to be like, girl, I want to introduce you to toner. The photo shoot went well. In looking back at some of the other girls, I don't think the lighting was too great on my face. You know, one girl was eating a mango and she just looked so cool, and I was like, why couldn't I have been eating a mango? It was such a good prop. I like taking pictures with props. One girl, she had her beautiful afro and she's like putting in a flower, and I'm just like, So, you know, I was kind of like hunched up into my neck. But wow, these original boobs don't look too bad. But have you liked the video? Do so now. So the finals were to be held at the Hilton Kingston Ballroom. Tickets were $800 Jamaican dollars, and this would be held on the 27th of July. So now we go for fittings. And I can't remember what the first couple of outfits were. I think you wear your own swimsuit, or maybe mushrooms. Back in the day, mushrooms, if you never have on a mushroom swimsuit, Jesus mercy, mushrooms used to supply all the swimsuits to the whole of Jamaica. You're going ATI, you have to wear a mushroom swimsuit. You're going to the swimming pool, you're going to swim meet, you're going to wherever. Mushrooms is the only place in Jamaica that used to wear swimsuit. Mushroom. So mushroom probably gave the swimsuits for everybody to wear during the bikini part of the show. I remember when I went to, you know, we went to go and practice in the ballroom, you know, where to stand, how to move, you know, how the stage show was going to flow. And I remember I saw my friend Catherine Goodall, and at the time she was working with Pulse, or maybe she was just there. Anyway, I saw my friend Catherine, and she said to me, because you know I have like a weight on me, she said, "Joey, you look great," you know. She said, "I noticed you keep wearing your hair down. I think one of the assets that you have is you have this really nice long neck, and I think what you should do is to really just, you know, portray that, pull your hair up so we can see this nice long beautiful neck, and it will help you to look taller." She also gave me a tip too, or maybe I learned this from Rumi. When you wear those open toe shoes, you tend to look taller. When you wear the little closed toe or the little peep toe or anything that covers the sole of your foot, it kind of breaks up the foot, so you look stubby and you look shorter. So, you know, we were told to always walk with a pair of heeled sandals, especially if they're flesh tone, because you just look so tall. So, you know, Catherine was like, you know, put your hair up and put on those open toe sandals, make yourself look nice and long. So I was like, boy, this don't look too good for me, you know. And I mean, the girls were beautiful. They were beautiful. They still are. I know some of them up to this day, you know. So in terms of modeling, I was not the slimmest. I did not have this model body. Even up to today, I'm more voluptuous and curvy than I am slim and modelly. But you know, 2001, you can't tell me something hot, you know. I am the hottest thing. Every minute I'm in this newspaper, I'm on this blog, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And at the time, I think Sean and I were speaking, but I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, or Sean was not my boyfriend at the time. I was mingling and singling. Actually, no, I was just busy modeling. I was busy with my modeling career. So now, you know, doing the preliminaries the walkthrough at the Hilton Ballroom, we now meet the designers and what we are going to wear. And I remember I am given this top and this skirt, and it was almost like the what left, you know, because the designer, everybody, they underestimated me. We shouldn't get to that. And I'm looking and I'm like, this don't look good. What is this that I'm supposed to wear? So this doesn't even fit me. Like, you know, this chartreuse is not gonna fall on me properly because it's gonna ruche up on my bum bum. Like, it's not gonna look good. Anyway, I did something that, you know, I encourage people not to do. You know, you need to listen to the authorities. You need to listen to, you know, who is instructing. You need to listen to who's putting on the show. You need to listen to your mentor, whatever. Anyway, the outfit that I got, it never looked good. The color never looked good on me. The fit didn't look good on me. Nothing looked good. And I didn't think that I could hem up the thing. I couldn't make this look good. It was some chartreuse wrap skirt with a little top, and it was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I had large boobs because, remember now, I put on weight. I came home from Denmark and I was about 150 odd pounds. Like, I was a dumpling. Now, I'd lost some of that weight, but I still was on the curvier side and my mammaries were big. But have you liked the video? Do so now. So I get this sticker top and I'm just like, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good. And then I remember there was a model back in the day. I believe what's her name? Let me go look up her name, 1 second. So in looking at my outfit, you know, I have it at home and I'm just not happy with it. I'm like, I'm going to like fade into the background in this ugly skirt. Like, I'm sorry, I don't even remember the name of the designer, so you know, whatever. If you remember this day, I'm sorry, but your outfit is ugly. And I was like, I'm not gonna stand out in this. Like, after all, this is a competition, and you know, I am not a model, so I'm not being paid to wear this something. And I decided to channel my inner Gia. Now, Gia they're saying she's the world's first supermodel. She died of AIDS at age 26. And there was a movie about her on HBO that I'd watched. And I remember Gia, I think too, she was high on coke at one point, because in the movie, I remember this scene in the movie. She has on this huge skirt and she's walking up the runway and she's flashing this skirt, you know, and she's just serving on this big poofy ball gown skirt. And then I said to myself, I want to channel my inner Gia. And my graduation dress from a couple years ago had this big pink ball gown skirt, like a big huge tulle skirt. And then the top was like this plasticky pink. And I'd saved it, but I remember I couldn't wear it again because the plasticky, the vinyl, I don't know what kind of material was on the top. Because it was old and I'd stored it incorrectly, it was kind of like stripping off. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to cut off the plastic vinyl upper part of the dress and I'm going to sew some elastic into the skirt, and that skirt will be my big poofy ball gown skirt. And then for the top, I'll wear, I can't remember if I wore the top from the designer or if I wore something of my own, like a tube top, because now I needed to make sure that you could see my tummy, because girl's tummy was flat and smooth, and just try and show some of my body. Anyway, that was what I was wearing. And I got on stage and they called my name. And I remember I was like, I don't have much time to make an impression, but I need them to remember me. And I know I did not stand out at all in swimsuit because I just didn't stand out in swimsuit. Anyway, I hold the two sides of my skirt, and just like Gia, I went up the runway serving face and I'm flinging this skirt up in the air like whoosh, 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 whoosh. I mean, it was like out of a cartoon, like honestly. And I am looking straight into Kingsley Cooper's face. And I am just working this damn skirt, and I'm like, let me tell you something, they must remember me. They must remember me. So I carried on the stage. I took my time, you know, I came up, I went back halfway, I came up, I gave the smile because now I'm having a good time with my skirt. Swish, swish, whoa! You know, and go carrying on with this stupid skirt. Anyway, I went backstage and you know, everybody's like chatting and you know, and I'm just like, well, I hope they remember me. I came out, I did my thing. You know, I really and truly wasn't expecting to win. I didn't win. But I came third. I didn't think that I would place that high at all, just simply because all the girls were so beautiful. And when I realized that I didn't have the body type for modeling, I was like, yo, I can't place in this none at all. But at least I wanted to not, you know, fade into the background. And I came third and I was so happy. I was like, yo, you know, I spent all of this time at these meetings and all of these practices, and I didn't stop eating, no. And you know, I was so glad that I came third, because looking back on it now, you know, I do think that a model's body has changed. It's not just these tall, skinny girls. The girl who came first, she actually looked like an Alicia Keys. She had the braids, a beautiful girl, because I remember, oh yes, I was dating Sean, because I remember I went to her after, I called her after, her name was Mary. No, Mary came second. And I asked Mary, I said, Mary, can you be in one of Sean's videos? I think it was for Give Me the Light, you know. I don't remember what happened with that, but I asked her if she could be in a video and I took her number and her information. Anyway, and she looked so much like Alicia Keys. She even had the braids that came down this way. And who was the winner? The first and second runners up in the supermodel of the world competition were Carleen Arthurs and Shamil Blake. Male face first and second runners up were Jabin McKenzie and Jason Brown. The first and second runners up for the Petite Jamaica fashion model were Mary Bent and Jodi Stewart. So where are the winners? The winners of the Pulse show over the weekend were from left. Tamika Robertson, Miss Petite Jamaica, fashion model Sharida Ashley, and supermodel of the world Jamaica, Simone Scarlett. So this is a young lady who won here. But if I can find, yeah, of course I have a picture of Mary. Let me show you Mary. Let me show you goody Mary. Mary was so quiet. She was just very soft-spoken. Very nice girl, but she was just very quiet. Oh, here we go. See Mary here? How is Mary? I don't see Mary around anymore. Don't know where Mary is. But I did ask her, I said, hey Mary, would you be in Sean's video? And I do believe it was for the for Give Me the Light, the first video, which was shot in Jamaica. And I don't know what happened with that. I don't even know if Sean wants me to say this, but I don't know what happened with that initial video that was shot. I think the footage was lost, or I think when they looked back at it, they were like, this video does not line up with what the song is saying. And thank God they refilmed it to the video that you know and love now, because that video was just like iconic and it was a big stepping stone for Sean. And I think if the first video, if it came out, that wouldn't go nowhere. Sorry about that, Mary. Anyway, as I said, I came third. We went to a club after, and one of the girls, a friend of mine, I don't want to say her name, she was so vexed that she wasn't even called in top 10. And I mean, she was just giving all kind of attitude, and I'm like, maybe because I placed third, I was like, you know, it was all about having fun, having a good time. Like, let's just, it's gone already. Like, just have a good time. At this time, the club, Fiction. So we're all at Fiction. All the girls were at Fiction, having a drink, celebrating, and you know, a couple of 1 and 2s were upset because they didn't come in the top, even the top 10. And there was me, second runner up. I don't call it third place, I call it second runner up. So that was 2001. But then after that, I did do a couple more modeling gigs. I was in King magazine, the one with Kim Kardashian on the cover. Goody Kim. Look at Kim's face before. Look at Kim's face. So in 2007, I was in King magazine. And look, they even airbrushed out one of my teeth. It's okay, it's okay. And then this was 2006. I was on the cover of Appleton Attitudes magazine. So ATI Weekend, now known as Dream Weekend, it used to be ATI Weekend because the major sponsor was Appleton Rum. And every summer they would have, not every summer, they started to do a little magazine so it could give the party goers an idea of what parties they could go to, just some information. I thought it was really cool. Yeah, and then they did like a little centerfold of me. You can see you have like all the ads for the parties. I thought this was really cool. Everybody looked forward to their little magazine to see, in this one we have Richie Spice. So this ATI Weekend, of course, is held in the grill, and you can just see what's gonna happen in the grill. Boy, lordy. Oh, hold on. So this is inside the magazine here. So that's my friend Jodi, that's a look palm body, and that's when Sean used to wear the pigtails, and this is my friend Natalie, may her soul rest in peace. Oh my gosh. Whoa, look at how tanned I look. Okay, so clearly this was way after the modeling competition, because my body hair is saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, dear Lord have mercy. I would do anything to get back this body. Tanned, oh gosh. Age is such a bitch. Do I see myself anywhere else in this magazine? I don't need anywhere else. I already have the center and the cover. So here we have the lineup of the parties. And yeah, that's it. Oh, hold on, what's this? Oh, this was a program for the competition. So you could see the girls. You know when people go to like, you know, you pay money and you go to like a modeling competition or you go to like a beauty pageant and you're sitting down there and you're like, no, her bone structure now go do it, you know. Her nose biggie. But you are sitting down in the congregation, what do you call it? The audience. And you're judging and being mean to the people on stage. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not becoming. Don't do it. I showed you a little titty. Make sure you're subscribed. All right, everybody. That's it for my story time of where model Jodi comes from. Yes, talk to me nice. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. Do you think I should have won? Actually, no. That's horrible to say. That's horrible to say because the young lady who won, she deserved to win. And I hate when people do that. So you know what? Just drop a comment anyway because all of these young ladies and some of these men here, all of these men, they are deserving and they are goodies in their own right. But since it's my story time and I'm the main goodie, please make sure you're subscribed and of course drop a like, drop a comment down below. Did you ever think that your girl here was a model? Watch me, watch me. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye.